I like to sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun.
Live from the Mountain View Studios in Lawrence, Kansas. It's In the House with Eric Hastert.
You.
Starring your commissioner, Eric Hastert.
Let's go over here. Just you and me. Come on. I just wanted to say,
Can we do more kazoo?
And now your host, Eric Hastert.
Yo, what is up, bitches of the Gentlemen's Club League? How's it going? Hopefully not good. Well, week 3 is over. On to week 4. Nothing crazy really happened, but I'm going to break it down for you anyway. Before we get started, I'm going to bring on my guest. He is the owner of Snake Patrol, a snake extermination company that actually got piloted to go on to be a reality TV show. So let's bring him on, Reginald Watkins. Yeah, it's good to see you, Reggie. Yeah, so Snake Patrol.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
You should watch it. You and all your viewers here, your
Yeah.
good viewers here.
Coming out this fall. We've
Yeah.
got a clip we'll take a look at later, but
Okay.
how did it start for you? How did Snake Patrol start?
Well, it's a long story here. I grew up in Topeka, Kansas. My parents moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And then moved back to Williamstown, Kansas. Was raised in Williamstown, Kansas. And me and my friends, when we were young kids, used to flip over rocks with shovels. We'd flip the rocks over and we'd find all these snakes. And we're like, oh shit, snakes! I hate snakes!
Maybe like snakes.
Yeah, fuck snakes. So we'd stab the shit out of the snakes until they're all dead. It's a little game we used to play. You know, we'd kill all the fucking snakes in the neighborhood and there'd be no snakes. It'd be good habitat for humans.
So you were kind of helping everybody in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
saving
so-
the kids from snake
saving
bites.
the kids, the elderly.
Yeah,
And that's just kind of how I got started there.
yeah.
Just something simple like that. It's like, I hate snakes, so I might as well make a little bit of money, on the
Yeah.
side.
Just ridding the world of snakes one snake at a time. Well,
Yes,
we'll get
sir.
right back to you, but before we do, let's break down the games of last week. Let's see who did good, let's see who did bad, alright? Let's break it down! Alright, first up here, we got Brady versus Mitch. Brady took this one 102.6 to 72.8. Mitch not putting up very many points this week. Brady putting up his typical 102. Not that great, honestly, for a person that's 3-0. Pretty scary. I think your first loss is going to be coming. But let's look at Brady's team. Brady had Ezekiel Elliott with 16 points. Who, that's okay for Zeke, but Matt Prater, his kicker, 19 points. Can you say lucky?
That's a hell of a lot of points for a kicker.
He's got a leg.
That is.
He's got a leg. Mitch, on the other hand, only 72. Dalvin Cook, though, 25 points. Looking good there. Hill was 17. Nobody else really did much. Julio only had 12. That's not what you want to see out of Julio Jones. Next up, we got Simon versus Caleb. Who do you think won this one?
I'm going to say Simon Says.
Simon Says 110 points did win that one to Caleb's 72. Caleb hasn't scored over 89 points this season. That's pretty fucking bad. Simon, Le'Veon Bell, 18 points, finally coming back for you, kind of like I said and predicted. Odell Beckham Jr., 24 points, kind of like I said and predicted. So looking good for you, Simon. Finally broke 100. Good job. Caleb, on the other hand, only 72 points. Brown could not save you. He had 22, but he couldn't save you. The rest of your team was pretty much dog shit. And then you left Chris Thompson on your bench with 27. Good job, coach. All right, next up we had Dustin versus Hack. Dustin, I mean, he didn't even have to try. 121 to 62. Dustin had DeMarco Murray go off for 18. Carlos Hyde had 22, and Brandon Cooks finally had a good game with 29. Tom Brady finally throwing the ball to Brandon Cooks is something we'd like to see, especially when you got Cooks in other leagues. Hack, on the other hand, only 62 points. Rodgers had 29, and that was about it. He's pretty much in trouble, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, just dog shit.
Just big old dog turds and poop.
Yeah, so we can say his 133 from last week was a fluke. And we got A-Ray versus Brian. A-Ray put up a fuck ton of points this week with 157. Brian's 128. So A-Ray took this one. Devontae Freeman had 21. Jordan Howard had 29. Finally, Jordan Howard's doing something. He's not hurt. Tariq Cohen's taking some of his time, but if he's putting up 30 and Tariq Cohen's putting up 15...
I'd say this is the comeback year for A-Ray.
Yeah.
You know, last year he had a baby. This year's that comeback year.
But like the baby's like older now, so it can take care of itself. So
Exactly.
he's kind of like less stressed. He can
It's that
focus on
comeback
it.
year. He's good. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Don't call it
Yeah.
a comeback.
Just leave the baby at home. Go do your own thing. All right, and Fitzgerald had 27. Brian was a little upset by that. Brian, 128. Pretty good still, even though he lost. I think Brian was down by 2 going into that game, and then he got 0 out of J.J. Nelson, his defense, and his kicker. 3 people had 0 points. 4 people had 0 points on his team. But Todd Gurley and Kareem Hunt still carrying the load. Gurley with 35, Hunt with 24, Kareem Hunt just a beast. Gurley, I don't know, Brian, you might want to sell high on him because he's got a tough schedule coming up. And yeah, Brian, 4 players, 3 players with 0, that sucks. You know, it happens. Jay for me had 3, but we'll talk about that right now with the last matchup. Dylan versus me. Dylan won 148 to 101. This is the second week in a row I've played one of the top point scorers in the league. I was pretty upset about it. I thought I had hope. The late games were in like the fourth quarter. I was still only down like 10 with 2 players to play. And what do you know? Russell Wilson throws it to Doug Baldwin a fuck ton. Russell Wilson, who has only scored 17 this far this season, had 37. Baldwin had 21 and Jordy had 20. I thought Jordy was hurt.
No, you can't hurt Jordan Nelson.
Can't hurt him. I guess
Can't
not.
do it.
Except
Can't
when
do
he
it.
tears ACL. That'll hurt anybody. Okay, and then I had Tom Brady, once again, 39 points, fucking dominating. But like I said, every time he scores over 30 points, I lose. So, Tom Brady, thanks for being the only player that played. McCaffrey had 16, and my running back had 3. Thank you, Jay Ajayi and Jay Cutler, you piece of shits in Miami. It's just so frustrating, you know? Fantasy football in general.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just like want to let some stress out.
Have you thought about getting another profession?
I thought about it. I might just host full time and give up the fantasy
Yeah,
football
just a little
life.
TV show on the side.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, when you're in the field with the snakes and you're just pissed off because you can't catch it, you can't kill it. Is there anything you do to help you relieve that stress?
Well, I got a little stress ball. It's actually a little stress snake. I squeeze it.
Oh,
Squeeze
yeah.
a little snake in my truck. Got a little snake in between my seats. Other than that, I mean, I get stressed out, but usually I just murder the shit out of snakes, and I feel better.
Just let the aggression out.
Just chop them all up in little pieces.
Well, I actually put together a little stress relief. Have you ever heard of slam poetry?
Slam poetry. You know, I have never heard of that.
Never?
Is that like a slam dunk, like Magic Johnson?
It could be a slam dunk if you do it right. That's right. That's right there. No, it's when you just kind of angrily shout words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want
Okay.
to try it? You go first.
Sure. You know, but balls!
That one, yeah.
Was that a good one? Was that a good
Yeah.
one?
A little bit longer than 2 words, but it's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
You're a dick!
They got my heart going.
He got the balls didn't get him, but the dick got him.
A little aggressive for the slam poetry, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually read you mine real quick.
Okay.
Okay?
Asshole!
Sad. Broken. Victory stolen. This game is no game, but shame for those who try to claim fame. Within 5 points. Hope on the horizon. Crushed by garbage time. No will to keep fighting. Success is not an option. Only the fortunate find favor. So savor this moment, 'cause you stole it. Agony and defeat as I retreat to my slumber. No courage, no drive. Can't even reach that number, 100 points. Headaches, sore joints. Stressed like a widowed mother. 'Cause I just lost to my brother. Most points against me. Now that's just unlucky. Do or do not try. Fuck you, Yoda. All I do is try. But now I cry. Had Dustin by a fraction. Thought I had some traction. Dylan and Brian left me asking, why is Eric crying? Caleb, Simon, Mitch, gonna get slapped like a little baby. A-Ray, stay out of the way, okay? You hear what I say? Hack, watch your back. The wolves of the night be high flying. Big heads dying. Brady, undefeated, on cloud 9. It's about time I take what is mine.
So yeah, I mean that was
pretty good.
that's
I like that.
you know, that's slam poetry. I just like to slam bam jam it.
Yeah, slam bam.
Space Jam.
Yeah,
Great
yes.
movie. Michael
Very
Jordan.
good movie.
Alright, so before we break down next week, I kind of want to talk to you about your show a little bit more, maybe ask you a couple questions about it.
Well, we don't want to give a little too much away.
No,
but
we won't give too
I'll give
much
you a few
away.
little things here.
So, Snake Patrol started in 91.
Yes, sir.
Yep, when you were a child. You were
Yep.
actually a baby at that time, but, you know, snakes gotta die.
They do.
You killed them with your friends, stuff like that. So give us one of your craziest snake stories.
Well, this is gonna sound like I'm ripping off Toy Story, but I actually found a fucking snake in my boot. One time I was putting my boots on, little snake started creepy crawling up my jeans.
Ugh.
I was like, I got a fucking snake in my boot, just like Woody, you know.
Just like Woody.
That was the best. That was the worst. That was the worst snake story.
Did you kill it? Did you get rid of it?
Oh, I killed the fuck out of it. I chopped it up.
Good. We don't need snakes in this world, you know, because they do represent evil,
Yep.
you know.
They
according
represent
to
Satan
that
and
book.
everything that is bad in the world, actually.
Rid them of that. What is the deadliest snake out there today?
I would say, I mean, a lot of people think cobras are the worst, but they're actually quite friendly. What you gotta look out for is the eastern, western, diamondback, rattler moccasin.
The Rattler moccasin?
It is a hybrid. It's like all the snakes got together. They fucked each other. And it's like this
Snake
new
orgy.
snake that's happening in Arkansas.
Arkansas. Watch out for the, what was it? The
Eastern, western,
Diamondback.
rattler,
moccasin.
moccasin.
Is that where moccasins come from?
That's where the Indians got them.
There's something you didn't know. Okay, and one last thing I want to ask for you before we roll your commercial. Some 3 quick tips for someone who like encounters a snake unaware. They just like come home. Say like I come home, I walk in, I open the bedroom door and snake.
I'd say violence, aggression, and ruthlessness. Those are your 3 keys. Do not back down from a fucking snake.
Don't back down.
Don't ever fucking back
from a
down.
fucking snake. I mean, how would you go about like taking it out?
Just kill the shit out of it. Just chop them up. You've got a machete, anything you get on hand. Maybe a little butcher knife. Maybe, your weed eater. Maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe an old rusty, pole that's in the corner of your house in your bedroom for some reason. I don't know why you have that, but you stab the fuck out of it, kill it, get it out of your life, and you're good.
Okay. What do you do with all the dead snakes? Do you cut them up? Do you save the skins? Do you eat them?
No. Usually what we do is I have some friends over. We have a little snake fire. I throw all the guts in a bucket. I burn the shit out of them, you know, just to make sure they're all completely destroyed in the most, you know, inhumane way I can ever imagine.
Sounds about right for fucking snakes. Nobody really likes those. If you have a pet snake, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. All right, well, you brought your commercial for your show.
Let's roll it.
Let's roll it. Let's roll the commercial.
Snakes, the most deadliest creatures on this planet. It's about time we did something about these motherfuckers. That's where I come in. Fuck snakes. I'm Reginald Watkins, and I was born to kill snakes. Every single goddamn one of them. Fuck them is what I say. Ever since I was a little boy, I hated fucking snakes. If you've got snake problems, I've got snake answers. You're just one phone call away from a dead fucking snake. Snakes let sin into this world, and now it's time for them to meet their judgment. Snake Patrol!
Fucking snakes, trouser snakes are the fucking. Oh,
They are.
They're right. We're here. All right. So let's break down week 4 coming up for you bastards. First up, we got me versus Mitch. You know, I'm coming off a terrible win, or terrible loss. Ajayi sucked. Gillisley sucked. Pryor sucked. Pryor hasn't done anything. Mitch is coming off he only put up 72 points. I mean, I haven't even done that bad this year. I think I'm actually going to take Mitch in this one. What about you?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Mitch too.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna start putting some stuff together.
Yep, and I can't win in fantasy football. So, next up we got Simon versus Brady. You know, defending 2-time champ. You know, he's won 2 championships versus Brady, who's been pretty bad almost his whole career except for last year. Brady's undefeated. Simon's 1-2.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Simon in this one. I think everything starts to click for Simon finally, and I think he gives Brady his first loss. What about you?
I don't know. Brady's pretty hot right now, and I think I'm gonna go with the hot hand.
Hot hand, big head, Brady. You heard it first from Reginald. And next we got Dustin versus Caleb. I think this one's pretty simple. I mean, I'm taking Dustin. Why? Because Caleb can't score over 89 points. And if you can't score that many points, you're bound to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take Dustin in this one. I think Murray has another good day. I think Mike Evans has a bounce back day. But for Caleb, I don't know. It's a little rough over there. What about you?
D-Bones Jones.
D-Bones Jones taking this one to the house. All right. We got Dylan versus A-Ray. Both teams pretty solid last week. Put up some points, top 2 scorers in the league. So we got a good matchup here. Fuck you, Dylan. I'm taking A-Ray. What about you?
I think I'm gonna go with Dylan.
You're gonna go with
the trend a little
Dylan.
bit. I'm gonna go with Dylan.
Dill Pickle, you suck. But A-Ray, I think we'll take that one. And last but not least, we have Brian versus Hack. As much as I want to take Hack in this one and watch my brother lose, Brian's just got a better team. Hack only putting up 62 points. Like I said, that last week was a fluke. I'm going to take Brian in this one. I think Gurley has another decent game. Not as good as this week. Hunt's going to fucking tear up the Redskins on Monday Night Football. And Brian's going to win this one by a lot. What about you?
You know, I think this might offend a few people in the room, but I'm pretty sure Alex Hackathorn is going to win.
Alex Hackathorn?
He's going to win the game.
Alex Hackathorn.
Alex Hackathorn.
Reginald Picks Hack. It is going to be a crazy week 4. Before we go, I got a little stat line here that we're going to talk about. So up until this point, our points for standings. Brian is in first with 401 points. A-Ray is in second with 369, and Dylan is in third with 348. Our lowest points for Caleb with 245, Simon with 279, and Hack with 283. Hack has more points than Caleb. How sad is that? Caleb sucks. All right, and for points against, now this is a pretty good category because it's like you could put up a fuck ton of points, but you can still get screwed and someone has their best game against you. Kind of like I have. Kind of like why I am number 1 in points against with 375. The next is Brian with 359. What do you know? Hastert luck. And then Mitch with 348. And then the lowest points against, Brady with 251. Or actually, Dustin's in first with 239. Brady is in second with 251. He's 3-0. And he has the second lowest points against. That means he's playing bitches. He probably played Caleb at some point. Straight bitches. And then last, A-Ray with 297. So yeah, A-Ray, you might have a lot of points, but nobody's putting up any points on you. So you're going to lose at some point. Well, Reginald, it was a good show. Anything you want to say to our viewers?
It was a good show. I want you all to check out my new show on A&E here in this fall. I believe it's this fall. I think it's October 25th, if it's right. It's when it's premiering.
25th.
So just remember, fuck snakes.
Fuck snakes.
Fuck them up. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Kill
You
every
know what I'm
snake
saying? You know what I'm saying here? I say fuck snakes.
Let's say fuck snakes and we're out of here.
Snakes are out of
See you guys later.
Bye guys. Hey y'all. Y'all.